everybody. Today we're doing I went blank there for a second, but today we are doing back at it with the modern Initial D series. I think we're on episode 10 of this now. Is this 10? Let me look really quick. Yes, this is 10. And this go around we are doing the Godfoot GT-R. So with the series we're kind of taking the Initial D cars, making more modern versions of them. And this go around we have, instead of the R34 that is normally the Godfoot GT-R, we went with the 2017 R35. And if you've seen where I did the other R35 GT-R, I used the, where is it, the Night Kids GT-R, this one. I used the 2012 Black Edition for this one, because that car is supposed to be an R32, and this looks different enough from the more modern R35s to like technically use as a previous generation, because I didn't really want to use the R34 as instead of that, so that's kind of where I landed. So I knew that I wanted to do the R32s from the series as the older R35s and the newer ones as the newer R35s. Or I mean the R34s as the newer R35s, if that makes sense. So starting with upgrades, we're gonna do upgrades, we're gonna do a tune, show you guys how to make it like look the way it does as far as paint color and everything, so it is a custom color. And we're gonna take it down the mountain pass, and that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. Stock all-wheel drive drivetrain. Arrows should also be stock. Then semi-slick race tire compound, 285mm front tires, 315 rear tires. For the wheels, they are in the sport rim style, and normally, well, firstly, the name of the wheel is the Advan Super Advan Racing version 2. And for the wheels and with the modern cars, normally I would try to find a more modern, like similar styling, same amount of spokes and stuff, more modern type of wheel that didn't look as dated on the newer cars. But with this one I ended up going with the exact same wheels that were on the R34 because yeah, there's not really anything similar to this. Then the rim size is stock, max rear track width, and the second upgraded front track width, which is this one here. So before we move on, I'd like to add that of the modern cars, I want to say this one is the quickest of the bunch. I believe it's this one. Then we have the race transmission, race differential, excuse me, race brakes, race suspension, race front anti-roll bars, race rear anti-roll bars, no roll cage, street weight reduction because race bumps us over to S2, which the plan was to stay in S1 with these cars, so the original cars that I made about a couple years ago could keep up. Which, by original cars, I mean like the original Initial D cars from the series. We have race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race valves, race cam, race exhaust, race block, race pistons, stock twin turbo, race flywheel, race oil and cooling, and race intercooler. That's it for the build. Moving on to the tune. For tire pressure, you want 28 in the front, 30 in the rear. Gearing, final drive 2.20, and the rest I believe to be stock. So if yours doesn't match this, go ahead and pause the video, match it up to mine, and then unpause it. I don't know, it's been like 2 months, maybe even 3 since I built these cars, so I don't really remember exactly how they were altered. I just know that they were. For camber, 0.9 in the front, 0.5 in the rear. Toe, positive 1.0 out in the front, negative 1.3 in the rear. Front caster angle of 5.6. Yeah, I can't talk today, guys. I don't know what it is. I've been fumbling over my words all day. It's like I'm drunk, slurring my words. Not really though, at least I hope not. 25.2 and 18.2 for the anti-roll bars. Springs in the front 703.5, for the rear 540.2, ride height 4.4 in the front, 4.2 in the rear. Damping for your rebound, 6.5 in the front, 6.1 in the rear. For the bump, 3.9 in the front, 1.0 in the rear. Aero, should not have this, but if you do, leave it stock. Braking, yeah, my mind just went blank again, but balance is 56% towards the front. Pressure is 69%. Nice. Differential for the front, 31% acceleration, 16 deceleration. For the rear, 74 acceleration, 49 deceleration, and center balance of 72% towards the rear. Moving on to the color, the color is a custom color. I made this color myself. So what you want to do, go over to special colors, scroll down till you get to this green metal flake. What sucks is matching this color to the stock like R34 gold color is not easy, and this color is even still just a little bit off from, it's a little off from that original like gold color that the R34s have, that stock color, because matching that is difficult. I got close, but I'm still not quite there. And really, I just kind of hate making gold colors in general, because sometimes they still look kind of orangey or a little yellowy. This one, in this case, this one's not bad. It's definitely gold. It's got a bit of like a sand color, I guess, but it's definitely like a gold color, like a white gold maybe. So for the low light, you want 13 for the hue, or 0.13 for the hue, 0.30 for the saturation, and 0.62 for the brightness. Then for the highlight, you want 0.12 for the hue, 0.23 for the saturation, and 1.0 for the brightness, and that'll get you this color here. Then for the wheels, special colors once more, and for time's sake, I'm gonna grab this with my mouse. And you want to go with the aluminum semi-gloss to get the wheel color right. Finally, just tint the windows black, and there you have it. Normally, find new design, like I would give you guys a share code, but in this case it's just the color, so I'll tell you how to get the color. Okay, and that's about it for here. I guess moving forward into the segment where I drive, and guess what I didn't do again, guys? A practice run. So if my driving is downright horrible, it's because I didn't do a practice run, and I have not touched this car in 3 months. but it's good. We're gonna power through it. I know I keep telling you guys in every one of these videos I need to do a practice run, and I don't. I never do it. Oh yeah, one thing I would like to add though before we get going. This is not a drift car, okay? I hate that I have to address this in every single one, because with when I made the original cars, you guys were, why are your drift scores so low? Well, maybe not you guys, but my audience 2 years ago. Why are your drift scores so low? They're drift cars. No, they're not. They're not drift cars. They're downhill race cars. Well, not even downhill. They're mountain pass race cars. And they possess the capability to drift, but they're not specifically built to do so. So that is why my drift zone score is going to be somewhere around 300,000. If I really wanted to go bonkers and make a drift car, I'd probably be in the millions. So yeah, let's get going though. So essentially what this segment is for you guys to observe my horrible driving skills. Well, my lack of practice with the cars. Okay, yeah, so my lack of practice with the cars, and of course to let you guys see how they drive, how they handle, so you get an idea of it before you go out and build the car. It was good. I know I cut that corner, but it's within the bounds of the drift zone, so it's fine. I should have downshifted sooner right there, and I would have drifted that corner. In most cases, I wouldn't rip the handbrake to drift the corners, but with this car, the sharper corners, you kind of have to. Just because it's like, I mean, you don't really have to. You can initiate the drift with the brake by weight shifting, but with those sharper corners, this car doesn't shift the weight as quickly as some of the other cars. Like right there, I didn't E-drift or anything, so I just weight shifted into it. But it's just like you have to kind of shift the weight a little earlier than you would in most cars, I guess, because this car doesn't really shift the weight as quickly as, for example, the 8.6 or RX-7, RX-8, 350Z, 370Z, like all the other cars I've done so far. And it's because, I'm assuming because of the size. This upcoming hairpin, I probably gotta E-drift that, just because it's so sharp. And then I ended up cutting it. I screw up that hairpin in every video, every single one. Even when I did the initial, like the actual initial D cars, I screwed up that hairpin almost every time. So with that being said and done, we're going to do donuts to end the video as we always do. And yeah. And we're going to try to keep it on the road. Okay, and thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next one, and that is all from me today.